Have you ever felt like you're working harder and harder, but never really getting ahead? Or wondered why some people seem to have money working for them, while others are always chasing their next paycheck? Here's the truth most schools never teach you. There are 4 types of people in the world of money, and only one of them achieves real financial freedom. Today, we're diving deep into Robert Kiyosaki's groundbreaking book, Cashflow Quadrant. This book is more than a sequel to Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a financial awakening. And once you understand the quadrant, you'll never look at money or your job the same way again. So grab a seat, because this might just be the video that changes your financial future forever. Now, let's get into it. Robert Kiyosaki, the man who flipped the script on financial education. Before becoming a best-selling author and entrepreneur, Kiyosaki was a Marine Corps pilot, a failed businessman, and a lifelong student of wealth. But what changed his life? His rich dad, not his biological father, but the dad of his best friend, taught him the rules of money that most people never learn. And Cashflow Quadrant? That's where he lays out the ultimate map. It's a simple diagram with 4 letters, E, S, B, I, but within those 4 letters lies the blueprint to financial independence. Let's break them down. On the left side of the quadrant, we have the E and the S. E stands for employee. You have a job, you work for someone else. Security is your priority. You get a paycheck, maybe some benefits. But you trade your time for money. You stop working, the money stops too. Sound familiar? Now the S, that's self-employed. You don't have a boss, you are the boss. Doctors, lawyers, freelancers, consultants, you're still trading time for money. But now you own your job, lose a client, get sick, take a vacation, your income takes a hit. People in the E and S quadrants often work the hardest, but they also pay the most in taxes. Now let's move to the right side. The B and the I, this is where wealth lives. B stands for business owner. Not someone who just owns a job, but someone who owns a system. They build teams, create processes, and make money even when they're not there. Think franchise owners, think CEOs, think Elon Musk. They don't just work for money, they create money machines. Then there's the I, the investor. This is the highest level. Money works for you. Stocks, real estate, startups, royalties. While employees work for hours, investors work for assets. An investor's day might look boring, but their portfolio, always working. Kiyosaki explains that moving from the left side to the right side isn't just a financial shift. It's a mental one. It requires unlearning and courage, because the left side feels safe, but the right side builds freedom. Let me give you a real story from the book. Kiyosaki shares how his rich dad didn't encourage him to get a high-paying job. Instead, he pushed him to build businesses and invest early. At one point, Kiyosaki owned a nylon Velcro wallet company. It boomed, then it crashed. He lost almost everything. But he learned one thing: systems are stronger than people. So next time, he built with leverage. He bought real estate. He created cash flow, not from effort, but from assets. And he never looked back. One of the most powerful takeaways? Employees and self-employed people often feel in control, but they're actually the most vulnerable. One recession, one layoff, one illness, and their income vanishes. But business owners and investors, they diversify, they automate, they grow. Kiyosaki gives an example of his friend Mike. Mike was a successful dentist, self-employed, making great money. But he was exhausted. Eventually, Mike burned out. Kiyosaki told him, build a dental clinic and hire other dentists. At first, Mike resisted. He didn't want to give up control. But when he finally did, he built 3 clinics and earned more while working less. That's the B quadrant in action. Another case? Kiyosaki's own path. He invested in small apartment buildings. He didn't flip them, he held them. He focused on cash flow, not capital gains. Over time, his properties paid his expenses. That's the I quadrant, that's freedom. So how do you move from the left side to the right side? Kiyosaki says it starts with mindset. Start small, but think big. Stop saying, I can't afford it. Start asking, how can I afford it? Read financial books, find mentors, Start a side hustle, buy your first rental, create a product. Invest your savings not in things but in things that make money. And most importantly, stop trading your life for a paycheck. Here's a powerful quote from the book. The rich don't work for money, they make money work for them. Let that sink in. Now, let's pause and ask, which quadrant are you in today? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's talk about it. Because awareness is the first step to change. Another big idea from Cashflow Quadrant: taxes. Most people don't realize that the tax code rewards the rich. Employees pay the most, they're taxed before they spend. Business owners and investors, they spend first, then they're taxed. A business owner can write off expenses. An investor pays capital gains often at lower rates. This isn't about fairness. It's about playing the game. Kiyosaki doesn't just criticize the system. He shows you how to play it smart, how to legally lower taxes, how to reinvest, how to build assets that last. And that brings us to one of the most underrated lessons in the book. Cash flow, not net worth. Cash flow is king. Because cash flow is what buys your freedom. You can be a millionaire on paper, but if your expenses are higher than your income, you're still broke. But if you have steady, passive income covering your needs, you're free. You wake up every day with choices. That's what Kiyosaki wants for you. And that's what the quadrant shows you how to get. Still think being self-employed is the goal? Kiyosaki says be careful. Self-employed often work longer hours than employees. Yes, they control their schedule, but they also carry all the risk. If you stop working, your business stops. 2. Freedom lies not in working harder, but in building systems and investing smarter. So where do you start? Let's look at a few practical steps from the book. First, track your income sources. How much is active? How much is passive? Second, build financial literacy. Read, study, ask questions, take small risks. Third, invest in assets, not liabilities. A car loses value. A duplex can bring rent every month. Fourth, start something on the side. Write an ebook, launch a course, offer a service. It's not about replacing your income overnight. It's about building momentum. And fifth, reprogram your brain. We've been trained to think like employees, safe, secure, predictable, but the world has changed. Security is an illusion. Freedom is the new wealth. Now here's something personal. When I first read Cashflow Quadrant, I was in an E-quadrant mindset. Go to school, get a job, save money, retire at 65. But something didn't sit right. I didn't want to wait decades to live. I didn't want my income tied to hours, so I started small. Side hustle, investing, learning, and slowly, my mindset shifted. Now, I wake up not wondering if money will come in, but how much will flow today. And I owe that to this book. If you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever wondered why you're not getting ahead, if you've ever dreamed of more freedom, more time, more choice, this book is your starting line. And the quadrant, it's your map. So, what's your next move? Are you ready to shift? Ready to stop working for money and start building assets? Then say it out loud. Type it in the comments, I'm moving to the right side. And don't just say it, live it. Here's your one-line takeaway. The key to financial freedom isn't working harder. It's working smarter through systems and assets. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button. Share it with someone who needs to escape the rat race. And of course, subscribe for more life-changing book breakdowns. Next up, we're diving into The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco, so don't miss it. Stay curious, stay bold, and always bookmark for all.